PSA just did what? What's up, guys? It's Chelsea from Vine Whip Cards. Okay, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 24 hours, you've already heard the news that has swept the collector's realm. PSA's parent company Collectors buys Beckett. What? Now, the main headline was that Beckett would remain independent, but I think we know that PSA is definitely going to be charging a premium for now black labels, what has been PSA 10s, and really just muffing up the whole graded guard scene. This announcement comes after all the scandals have been happening with PSA, the 9s being turned back into 10s but being sold as 9s, and all the other kind of scandals and the regrading and the fake cards that have gone through. The list goes on and on. But the question is, where does that leave collectors as well as vendors? Who do we turn to next? We have Tag, we have CGC. We thought we had Beckett. PSA said, no. Just when you thought you were safe, you thought you were going to have a savior. Beckett's not it. I think this is just absolutely wild. I'm also a little shocked as I'm newer into submitting cards to be graded myself versus just buying them from friends or other vendors or card shows. I literally last week just submitted 12 cards, and then I gave another 2 cards to my friend who's also a vendor to submit for me to PSA 3 days ago, and then this happens. Guys, we may be cooked in 2026. I'm not really sure what the hobby world, TCG collector world is turning into. It's quite the monopoly, and I think big businesses are always going to look out for big businesses. PSA has continued to do lots of partner collabs with GameStop, eBay, and they're buying up a lot of the market. Well, now they own 80% of the graded card market. That's insane. So, what does that mean for the little guys? For us collectors and not so big vendors in the TCG collecting world? I don't know what it means. I'm interested to see what happens. I have hope that something will just go right for us. I'm not going to give up on the hobby. I enjoy it way too much. I don't think I'm going to liquidate all my stuff. I may not submit any more cards to PSA for a while just to see how the market does. But I will say a few weeks ago, I shifted most of my vendor inventory to singles. I got rid of a lot of my sealed product, kind of kept holding off on investing in slabs, and now we're here. So I'm glad I made that decision, but I don't think the hobby's going to die. I don't think there's going to not be card shows. I don't think there's going to be not collectors and not vendors and no more Pokemon sets and all this stuff, but the market is definitely changing and something is definitely happening. So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about what's happening in the TCG and collector world and PSA and raw cards and Pokemon Center doing drops like every, 6 weeks now, it seems like almost. There's a new set coming out. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts for 2026? What would you like to see happen? What would you not like to see happen? And who do you think you're going to grade cards with? I kind of hope Tag doesn't uprise. I know there was some drama with the durability of their casings, but I like the way they look. I like the analytics that we get back from it. We know why we got what we got. But yeah, who do you think is going to be the rise of the next graded card company?